The same statement has been put out once again by the Pakistan Prime Minister, this time in Urdu, but let me just read out some of the highlights. He says it should be clear as day that as a former Prime Minister facing an ongoing corruption trial, you want the legal and political system to be disrupted. In your knowledge, Pakistan has become a jungle, so I would advise you not to go there because the facts are often bitter and destructive. So Shehbaz Sharif right now has also questioned Imran Khan, essentially in a way defending and justifying his arrest. He's accused him in a series of counter questions of going ahead and targeting the army, of mocking, according to Shehbaz Sharif, army martyrs as well. He also claims that he didn't follow legal procedure, with a question to Imran Khan saying, what legal procedure did you take apart from daily intimidation and making baseless allegations? He's also said it's been your policy to defame the Pakistani army as an institution again and again. The fact that the Pakistan Prime Minister Geeta has put that out again reiterates essentially that the government is 100% backing Imran Khan's arrest, saying you asked for it, you had this coming.
Absolutely. Now, this is the very same statement, Akshita, that we were discussing a while ago, but it happened before this entire action took place, after 23 hours after Imran Khan's tirade against the Pakistani army. Now, he's again come out and wrote the very same things, talking about the white lies, misrepresentation, statements and vicious attacks on institutions. Basically, over here, very clearly, the current Prime Minister of Pakistan standing firmly behind the Pakistani establishment and the Pakistani army, which has been the case in the past as well. Every time Imran Khan was one such case, today he's crying foul. But he's a man made by the establishment, of the establishment, and had taken on the dispensation back then when Nawaz Sharif was Prime Minister, and stood by the army when Nawaz Sharif questioned the army and questioned the establishment after the talks with India, the UFA talks going back. It did not go down well for Nawaz Sharif. And then you have Imran Khan back then standing with the army today because he wanted to be in power. Today, when he's out of power, the ones who are in power are now standing by the army. Exactly what Shehbaz Sharif is doing. Nawaz Sharif's brother, whose elder brother had suffered at the hands of the establishment and Imran Khan, today is now standing by the army. That's how unfortunate the system is in Pakistan, Akshita, skewed to the advantage of only one institution, and that's the army and the establishment. It has nothing to do with the political parties. They can come and go. Army can make them or break them. Imran Khan is a clear example. And this one institution stands strong and continues to go on. And the so-called democracy in Pakistan works because these political parties then side with the establishment, and give them cover for the West and for the world then not to be able to criticize the establishment, because the current dispensation, the man sitting in power, is supporting the actions of the army against a political opponent, rather than standing against the army and saying, well, we'll fight him on the field, we'll fight him in elections, let us do what we have to do as political leaders. None of the parties in Pakistan has had the courage to really do that, to stem away, to break away from the army and say, well, this country, if it has to be democracy, to be by the people, of the people and for the people, not an entire country running just for one institution and by one institution alone, and that's the establishment. So it is quite unfortunate and rather ironic, Akshita, that Nawaz Sharif, who stood up against the army, lost power. His younger brother today is standing with the army against Imran Khan, who in a way had ousted Nawaz Sharif.
Okay, so this is in fact the latest update that we're getting to you from the ground. Imran Khan has been taken to Rawalpindi, where he's undergoing a medical test right now. And as we speak, in the Islamabad High Court, there is a hearing in this matter, in which you've got, in fact, the IG of Islamabad maintaining that Imran Khan was arrested with no violence breaking out. There was no attack on him. Imran's lawyer, however, says that he was hit on the head with a rod, he was tortured, and then he was arrested. The Islamabad IG also maintaining that currently the situation is very much normal. Section 144 prohibitory orders are in place and there's no violence. The pictures that you see on your screens, however, speaks a very different story of the situation at this point on the ground. So this is in fact the latest that we're picking up right now, and expect more such images of protests that will be coming in from different parts of Pakistan. This even as the administration has made it very clear that Imran Khan had it coming. They've said that he did not respond to any of the notices that were issued to him, that he did not follow due legal procedure, which is why he was taken into custody. But questions will still be asked in the manner in which Imran Khan was arrested. Was there a need for the former Prime Minister to be arrested in this dramatic manner, where Pakistani rangers surrounded him in a biometrics room in the Islamabad High Court, and then he was dragged out and arrested? PTI leaders claim that he was seated in his wheelchair, he was lifted up and then dragged out, shoved into a vehicle, and now as we speak he's in Rawalpindi. Another important update that, because Rawalpindi, the location by itself is hugely significant. The fact that Imran has been taken there will lead to questions about whether this is the Pakistan army retorting to Imran Khan for all of his rants against the Pakistani army of late.